Long ago, in a quiet desert village, a young healer named Leila lived a peaceful life. She was known for her gentle touch and kind heart. Her remedies worked wonders, and the villagers trusted her with their lives. But one night, everything changed. As the moon hung low, a stranger stumbled into her home. His clothes were torn, his body bruised, and he clutched a glowing amulet that pulsed like a beating heart. "Help me," he whispered before collapsing. Leila hesitated. The glow from the amulet filled her room with an eerie light, and her chest tightened with unease. But she could not leave him to die. She carried him to her mat, cleaned his wounds, and gave him a herbal drink. For days he lay still, unconscious. The amulet never left his chest. At night, Leila swore she heard faint whispers, but whenever she looked, the room was silent. When the man finally woke, his dark eyes locked onto hers. "Thank you," he said softly. He introduced himself as Amir, a wanderer cursed to roam the earth. He spoke little of his past, but his sadness was clear. Leila grew curious about him. As the days passed, Amir helped her in her work, fetching water, tending to the sick, and mending her garden. Though he was kind and gentle, a shadow seemed to follow him. Villagers began to whisper. They said the amulet was cursed, that it brought bad luck. Leila's closest friend Omar warned her. "He's hiding something," Omar said. "Be careful, Leila." But Leila couldn't turn away from Amir. She felt drawn to him in a way she didn't understand. One moonless night, as they sat under the stars, Amir told Leila his secret. "I was not always like this," he said. "Once I was a prince. I had wealth, power, and everything I could want. But I was selfish." Long before Amir became a wanderer, he was a prince in a prosperous desert kingdom. His life was one of luxury and privilege. The palace walls glittered with gold, and his every need was met by servants eager to please him. Yet beneath this life of ease was a restless heart. Amir was ambitious, and his hunger for power often clouded his judgment. Amir's closest companion was a woman named Soraya. She was not a noble, but the daughter of a humble healer. Her beauty was unmatched, and her wisdom often surpassed that of the royal advisors. Soraya loved Amir deeply and saw in him the potential for greatness. She believed he could be a just and compassionate leader. For years, Soraya stood by Amir's side, helping him navigate the politics of the court. When he faced doubts, she encouraged him. When he was criticized, she defended him. Soraya's love was unwavering, but Amir did not always recognize its value. As Amir grew older, he became obsessed with expanding his kingdom. One day, a neighboring ruler offered an alliance that promised great wealth and military power. The condition was that Amir must marry the ruler's daughter, a union that would seal their kingdoms together. Amir was torn. He cared deeply for Soraya, but his ambition whispered that this alliance was his chance to secure glory and greatness. When Soraya learned of the offer, she confronted him. "You don't need wealth or armies to be a great leader," she pleaded. "Your people already love you, and I love you." But Amir's heart was hardened by his ambition. He told Soraya he had made his decision. "This is bigger than us," he said coldly. "I must think of the kingdom." Soraya's heartbreak was unbearable. She left the palace in tears, retreating to the quiet desert where her ancestors had practiced ancient magic. There she wept for days, her sorrow turning to anger. She had given Amir her heart, her loyalty, and her wisdom, yet he had cast her aside as if she were nothing. On the night of Amir's wedding to the foreign princess, the palace was filled with music and celebration. But as the vows were exchanged, a chilling wind swept through the grand hall. The torches flickered, and the guests fell silent. Suddenly, Soraya appeared in the center of the room. Her once gentle eyes burned with fury, and her presence radiated an unnatural power. "You have betrayed me, Amir," she said, her voice echoing like thunder. "You have taken my love and trampled it underfoot. You sought wealth and power, but you will find only emptiness." Before Amir could respond, Soraya raised her hands. A glowing amulet appeared in the air, its light pulsating like a heartbeat. "This amulet will be your prison," she declared. "You will wander the earth, cursed to live but never truly belong. You will find no rest, no peace, and no love. Only when you learn the true meaning of sacrifice will this curse be broken. And when that day comes, it will cost you dearly.